Christmas week is posted.
Christmas week, not next week, the week after?
Yeah, you're posted for it, but we weren't sure what you were going to do.
I don't know. I'm going to be here, but I mean, how many other people are going to be here? I cannot say.
I will not be.
You will be?
I will not be.
You will not
That's
be.
Carrie. Yeah.
Okay.
I am taking note of this, so good to know, Carrie. Thank you.
I can email as well.
Well, here's Abby. Okay, so we can get started, okay, folks? I got Abby. Yeah, all right, well, slightly over a quorum.
Diane is also here.
Oh, I didn't, oh yeah, she's connecting. Okay, thank you. All right, here we go. Okay, folks, here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for. Welcome to the Historic District Commission meeting of December 16th. As a preliminary matter, this is Ray Pohl, Chairman of the Nantucket Historic District Commission. Let's confirm that all members and persons anticipated on today's agenda are present and can hear me. So who I have right now is Val Oliver.
Here.
Thank you. Abby Camp.
Here.
Thank you, Abby. Diane Coombs. I think you're there, Diane. I'm going to go to Carrie Thornwell.
Here.
All right. Is Diane still on?
You can, oh, I could see her.
Doesn't look like she's muted either.
Mr. Chair, she is here and neither one of our things are off, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll try and figure that out. In any case, moving forward, staff, when I call your names, hang on one second, okay, guys? I have no idea, Lisa. I haven't looked at it yet. Okay, so staff, when I call your names, if you could respond to the affirmative. Thank you. Kadeem McCarthy,
Present.
Terry Norton.
Present.
Thank you, Terry. Holly Backus.
Present.
I believe that's it, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Other speakers on today's meeting will be announced as their applications appear. Good afternoon. This open meeting of the Nantucket Historic District Commission is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will not feature public comment. For this meeting, the Historic District Commission is convening by video conference via the Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note the meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video. Accordingly, please be aware that other people can see you and to make sure not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast can be captured by the recording. All supporting materials that have been provided to members of this body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. I don't know why I would. Before we get to the first item on the agenda, let's go over some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of business. The chair will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide comments, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. And further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you're not speaking. Also, please remember to speak clearly so that Terry can hear what you're saying. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in conversations with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. Finally, before I have the members speak, the chair will afford public comment to members of the public who've asked to join the meeting via Zoom. Members of the public who wish to speak must state their names and be acknowledged by and speak through the chair. Finally, each vote taken today will be done via roll call. Thank you. So we all know what the next order of business is. to
Mr.
approve-
Chairman.
I make a motion to.
Oh,
approve-
Diane, 1 second, please.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh,
Go, Kadeem.
Mr. Chairman, a few things. John and Stephen are now here.
John McLaughlin and Stephen.
Correct.
Okay, for the record, John McLaughlin and Stephen Welch have joined us.
Mr. Chair, through you, I want John to know that this is the second amended agenda. And I went to his house to deliver a copy, but I couldn't get him, but I did tack it to the front door. So if he goes to the front door, there is a second amended agenda there waiting for him.
Okay, John, you got that? Hopefully the answer is yes. And one way or another, we're going to figure out whether he heard that or not.
That's correct. Now,
Okay,
Mr.
so
Chair,
let-
we have a few things on the agenda that we can just hold from the get-go. I
Oh.
think it would be best to do so. I just don't want to cause confusion. So you let me know what you'd like to do.
Well, you mean it's for certain that they will not be heard today?
Correct. So there's
So
certain.
why
things
don't,
know
why don't
for
we
certain will
just,
not be
before we move to approve this agenda, why don't we modify it so that we can just strike those things from the beginning, okay?
Okay. Yeah, so we are not,
Tell us what they are.
yep, we're not listening to signs today. We'll be doing signs on Tuesday.
Okay, very good.
We will not be hearing number 3 under new business 1123. That's 8 Cliff Road. That's going to be
Okay.
held for Tuesday as well.
Okay, good.
And
Got
we're
it.
also holding Chip Webster's applications, 34 Easton and 26 Washington. Chip is traveling today, and we are also holding for HSAB review. So those will be reviewed on Tuesday as well.
Okay, we'll have like basically nothing left to do today.
Yeah. No, but that's everything, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
That's it? Okay,
Yep.
so hopefully everybody got those comments from Kadeem. We're striking all the signs. We're striking number 3 under new business at 8 Cliff Road. And we are striking the first 2 applications under old business for Chip Webster because he's traveling.
Mr.
That's the
Chair,
modified agenda. So can I?
Mr. Chair, sorry, one more.
Oh, Yep.
7 North Mill Street is also going to be held until Tuesday, as that is being reviewed by HSAB on Monday. I want to say
Where is that on the agenda to show?
it's number 4 under new business 12/7/21.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Okay.
I want to thank Ann for bringing that to my attention. So yeah, we're going to hold that for today as well, if we get to it.
Well, given what you just told me, it would have been certain that we would get to it because it's like the 4th thing on the agenda. Hopefully, we're not that slow. Okay,
see.
so that is the modified agenda. Would somebody give me a motion to approve the modified agenda?
so
So
moved.
moved.
Okay, Diane beat you to it, Val, but on that motion, Val,
Aye.
thank you. Abby,
Aye.
John, do we have you? Sounds like, what?
No, I was wondering if he went to the front door.
He may have. I'm going to go with Carrie on this.
Aye.
Thank you. And Diane on your motion, or was it Val?
Aye.
Who made that motion? I forget.
Diane.
Diane. Okay, so Val on the motion and then Diane.
Aye. Aye.
Right. And Diane, you're a good, and I'm good too. So the motion carries. So now we have our modified agenda. Okay, first thing on the modified agenda is the Linda Williams special consent agenda. Linda, I hope you're happy. Look at that. Okay.
There's a bunch of stupid stuff that's been hanging around for a while.
Okay, that's good. Well, we like to get rid of stupid stuff. So could somebody make a motion? First of all, I should ask, does anybody need to recuse? It does not appear so. No. If no one needs to recuse, and John is not with us. I'm
Oh,
gonna take-
sorry, Mr. Chairman, I think I should because one of Linda's is actually one of Luke's, so. I
Yes.
will,
Okay, so you're going to recuse Carrie, right?
yes.
We're going to pull in Stephen. I'm not sure, and John's out, so I'm not sure that we, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got 5 people. So who made the motion? Nobody made the motion.
So moved.
Okay, thanks, Stephen. Stephen's made a motion to approve the consent agenda. On that motion, Val,
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
thank you, Diane,
Aye.
Stephen on your motion,
Aye.
and I'm in favor, motion carries, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
as Kadeem said a little earlier, no sign, so we're going to skip right on down to new business, which is a new shed at 10 King Street. And do we have somebody to represent that?
Yes, Ray, I'm here, Elizabeth Churchill.
Oh, hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
So Elizabeth, for your board, it doesn't sound like we have John on board yet, John McLaughlin. So Carrie is going to sit in on this one, okay?
Okay,
All right. I got a feeling we actually saw this the other night. We just glanced at it. But you want to walk us through it? And then I'm sure we'll hear some things from Holly. about it.
sure. This is a very small scale shed for 10 King Street, south side of the street. And you'll notice that it's up against an extremely mature hedge. So if you see windows on the east side, that is because it literally is a 25-foot hedge between this property and the neighbor. So really two sides would be visible, as you can imagine, the north and the west. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's pretty straightforward.
Okay. That's pretty straightforward. So do we have Sconset advisory on this?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I have staff comments.
Oh, perfect.
Concept
Go
had
ahead.
not taken a look at this, but this is a contributing lot within the old historic district of Sconset. It's associated with a circa 1916 bungalow on the lot. From a staff's perspective, there were no photographs provided of the existing dwelling or site for context
Yeah.
within the application. And my question would be, does the proposed fenestration match the contributing bungalow in a, not necessarily match, but does that work with that existing structure? So those are my comments for your consideration, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, okay. Elizabeth, can you address the comments and questions that concern sort of the vocabulary of the architecture with respect to the main house?
Yeah, it's a very simple Sconset residence, which does have double hung 6/6 windows on that. Sorry, I didn't provide you any photographs, and I can certainly follow up with photographs if you'd like. I just didn't know that the house would be such a focus. But anyway, the site is pretty straightforward. Right now it's a very large pull-in shell driveway, of which they're just taking a part of that. The hedge in the back exists, so that's really not changing at all. You can't see into the backyard. So it's really a very simple structure, but we're happy to do, fenestration, anything that the board deems more appropriate. This just seemed to be the most simple approach.
Okay, so next time, just include some photos of the house and the hedge, which I'm sure that, you're telling us the truth that the hedge is as large as it is. Okay, would somebody care to begin on this one?
I will.
Thank you, Diane. Go ahead.
It looks like the north elevation faces the street.
Correct.
This is supposed to be a shed, and I think that the doors should be simple and one, not taking up the whole thing and making it look like more like a garage.
Okay. All
The
right.
other ones are hard to see, and I don't see right at the moment the height of it.
The height of it,
Yes,
is that noted anywhere? I just saw one with a dimension, a vertical dimension.
It's on
Did
that
you?
side. On that
Okay, go to the north
elevation.
elevation and zoom. It looks like 11 feet.
okay, that's fine.
Well, let me
I
make sure. Yeah, it's 11 feet, Diane.
Yeah, I see it. I couldn't find it before. Thank you. That's all. I just think that front door facing out should be much simpler as a shed for 1915 or whatever.
Okay. It's interesting about all this, and this is a little bit of a sidebar, but I think it tends to come up from time to time. This is a zoning shed, right, Elizabeth?
This is, yes,
In other words, it's exempt from the ground coverage.
exactly. Mhm.
Yeah, so theoretically, it's not supposed to be a garage, but basically for all intents and purposes, it appears to be a small one-bay garage. But that seems to be, it's kind of a semantic thing from our perspective, and then you may get some sort of pushback from the building department on that. I don't know. Okay, thanks, Diane. How about you, Abby?
Could you tell me, Elizabeth, what on the site plan, what are those other squares? What do they represent?
Okay, so Abby, this is being placed in an existing shell driveway. And what they would like to do is just pave the area that you see that strip up against the existing planter. They just would like to pave that in Belgian block as what they're asking for. So the shell driveway will remain.
Yeah, sorry, I meant the boxes, like, yeah, see, and that.
Oh, yeah, the
opposite-
house. I'm sorry, Abby, maybe I'm not following you. Are you talking about the existing house?
Behind the shed, there's
Yeah,
a tree. To the
Yeah.
right, there's a sort of a squared off shape. and then
yes.
a-
Oh, sorry. That's a deck, an open deck.
Oh, I see. Oh, so this is, so you don't really see the main.
No. You don't see anything past the hedge.
Okay, so as you drive by, you just see like a shed and a shell driveway. Okay, I'm okay with this.
Okay, thanks, Abby. Val?
Sorry. I don't have an issue or concern with the shed per se. I just don't know or didn't see any other sheds on the street and, in a position like that you saw them. But to be fair, I did not drive out there. I just looked on Google Earth.
Val, there are a number of these that face the street. And mostly, they're mostly, of course, there are some one-car garages which have very typical carriage house doors. And this is, very much in that same vein design-wise, the period for this house. But there are a combination of sheds and one-car garages on that street.
Okay, it was really just the position of it, not back of the house, but I think the shed's cute.
It is cute.
Mhm.
Carrie?
I have no problem with this shed or garage. I think it's fine.
Okay. Sounds like we can probably approve this, folks.
Motion to
Go ahead, Val.
Motion to approve.
All right, sounds good. On Val's motion, Abby,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
thank you. Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
and I'm in favor. Motion carries. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Okay, thank you.
See you later.
Mr.
Okay,
Chair,
yes,
for this next application, I think Sana is here, but the long and short of it is that the work has been done because. it
oh, yeah,
wasn't-
right.
Yeah,
Mm.
this is a roof replacement. The work's done. It looks good. There was a chimney issue that Holly's gonna sort out with Sana and possibly Tori. Oh, but Sana's here. Sana, do you want to talk to this?
Sana is here.
Yeah. Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How's it
So
going?
basically,
Hey, sorry, Sana, just to say that your board, Stephen's going to be sitting on this one.
okay,
'Cause I
perfect,
think we're having technical difficulties with Mr. McLaughlin.
perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Go
Is
ahead.
there anything for us to see?
Yeah, there should be.
1 second, Val. There is. My bad.
Okay, no worries.
So to address the issue, there was, oh, I'm getting like,
Sana,
hold on.
you got to turn off your YouTube feed.
Yeah, I don't have a YouTube feed on.
Mr. Chair, it was
Oh.
somebody else and I just muted them.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
So the application was to replace the existing roof with a Maury Black Certainteed. We had an email into you, Mr. Chairman, about the fact that there was 5 holes in the roof and they were leaking in. And so we had a tentative go ahead from yourself. And then we got an emergency permit to fix the roof. So the roof has been done in the black. While we were up there, there was some issues with 2 of the 4 chimneys. The 2 chimneys that were affected, that were basically missing huge gaps of brick,
Yeah.
were both built in the 50s. The 2 that were built original to the building, those were still completely intact. The roof has been replaced with the Maury Black, and that work is done. The 2 non-historic, the 2 from the 50s, the chimneys, those have been removed, but we're willing, we would like to, if it's okay with the board, we can either discuss it today, or we can come back in January with an application to either have those removed as they are already, or have fake ones put back up in their place.
Okay, so Sana, if we go, or actually whoever is controlling the photos, if we're looking at the building there, I'm seeing 4 chimneys. Which 2 have been removed?
The shorter ones, I believe.
Shorter ones. Okay, so those long vertical ones, like the one with the out, those were the ones that were in better condition?
I believe so.
That's
I
funny.
have, yeah, I've sent a text message to Teddy Feldon, who runs Force 5, but he
Yeah.
hasn't gotten back to me. So,
Yeah.
but again, that's the only thing on the application today is just to replace the roof with the black. And I'm happy to go and do a new application for the chimneys in January.
Well, I mean, here we are, and so maybe,
Mr. Chair, I think we do actually have to have Sana come, unless you think otherwise. But Holly, would you want to speak to this?
Yes, Mr. Chair, if that's
Sure.
okay.
yeah, go ahead.
This is a circa 1790s dwelling, so it is contributing with obviously some age to it. The descriptions of it is a 2-story, 4-bay, 4-end chimney central entry. So I am concerned on, we're being told that and I'm not saying, or accusing or anything, but at the end of the day, we're being told that the 2 chimneys that were removed without any type of approval, understanding there was issues with the roof and that was done emergency, it's fine, obviously. And I'm glad to hear that the roof went to a color that you all approve. But at the same time, we don't have any documentation of the specific age, and information that I have is that it was a 4-end chimney. So I would respectfully request either A, this gets submitted as a like-kind replacement for those existing chimneys, even if it's faux from the ridge up, or that a full application is submitted to the commission. But either way, I would also like some documentation on the age of those 2 chimneys that were removed. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, but do we all agree? Let me make sure I'm getting all this. So 2 of the chimneys have come down, and I did see the 2 chimneys, and like, seriously, if I were standing up there and I pushed up against one, I could have like totally knocked it over. It was that bad. So they came down, and whether or not they should go back up as faux chimneys remains to be seen, because I don't believe that's part of this application. What is part of this application is the re-roofing with the black moire shingles. And you can you can see the lovely condition that roof was in before they redid it. So board members, I'd like you to see if you're okay with the black roof shingles, and B, maybe give Sana a heads up as to whether she should be applying for rebuilt chimneys or what. So who wants to start on this one?
I'll go.
That was you, Stephen, right?
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
believe the Moray Black is an approvable shingle there, so we
I
don't
think
really
you're
even need
right.
to be discussing that.
Okay.
I do believe that the chimney should come back as a separate application, regardless of the fact of whether it was an emergency required work.
Mhm.
I think Holly's points are well taken, and we should consider that matter individually and separate from the roof. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thanks. Val?
I agree with Stephen. I think just bring it back and we can discuss it then.
Right, the chimney aspect.
Yeah.
Abby?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, hang on, John. Let's get you on the next application. Abby?
Yeah, I'm fine with the tile, obviously.
Okay.
But sorry, what did Stephen Val, what were they okay with?
Okay, so Stephen says that the moire black is approvable in town, it's an approvable color, so that should be like kind of a non-issue.
Yeah, no, I
And then
mean,
the issue of the chimneys should be addressed with another application.
yeah, that's what I was gonna, that's what I wanted to,
Okay.
seeing that it's a.
Okay, good. Diane, where are you on this?
I am the same thing.
Okay.
Should be a new application.
All right, so Sauna, there you
Yeah.
go. You know that you need to apply for the sort of after the fact demo of the two chimneys on an emergency basis and whether we're gonna rebuild them or what. Separate application, but so on this application, I'd like to have somebody move to approve the black shingles that have been placed up there.
So
I'll
moved.
make,
That was that was Diane's motion. On Diane's motion, Val,
I,
Abby,
I,
Stephen.
I'm an I just would like to clarify something. The applicant is willing to come back for the chimneys under a separate application. Okay, thank you. I see.
Yes.
Waving
Yes.
that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so thanks, Stephen and Diane on your motion,
Aye.
and I'm in favor, motion carries. Thank you, Sauna.
Thank you. I just wanted to say one thing. I just did get a text from Teddy, and the two middle chimneys are the ones that were taken down. The elevator chimney and the other. So in that picture,
Whoa.
The two middle-
Oh, the two.
the two
okay,
middle
I see.
ones.
Yes, I see. Okay.
So yeah, so I will have an application for that in January. Thank you so
Okay, good.
much.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Okay, now we have one old business item. That is Mr. Wing at Swain Street. We got an existing board on this. It's myself, Diane, Stephen, Jesse, who is not here, Carrie, who is, and as an alternate member, we can pull in Val. Okay? So I believe I saw Mr. Wing on, and
I'm not on this one then.
you are not on this one, no.
Okay.
Don't stray too far, though,
No,
Abby.
I'm just, yeah.
Okay, this needed some better drawings. So what do we got? Somebody? Mr. Wing?
Yes,
Mr.
yeah.
Wing, you are muted, sir. You need to unmute so we can hear you.
can I ask?
Ray, do you want to hold until he's ready?
I'd rather not, because then we're gonna have to move to, hold and then go back and all that crap. Mr. Wing, are you there? You need to unmute or we're gonna pass you by. I saw you a minute ago.
6 Swain Street.
John, you're not on it. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, it doesn't look like Mr. Wing is on it either. But can I just look, Kadeem, run through, or whoever's scrolling this stuff, run through, because I want to take a look. The whole issue had to do with the drawings. Are these the revised drawings?
These are the drawings that were provided to us as revised drawings, correct. I also have all the old stuff in there, and then Mr. Wing also provided new photos. I'm not sure what for exactly, but they are
Oh,
here.
probably for precedent. He had
Yeah.
those in there before.
And then there's all the older stuff as well.
Wait, somebody is moving around way too fast. Okay,
Sorry, it's
so-
me. I was just trying to organize it. Now tell me where
Right.
you want to
Okay,
go.
so stop. Let's look at the west elevation. We see where the head of the window is with respect to the eave. Now go to if that's west, go to the north elevation, which is the front.
it,
Okay, I guess they do correspond.
yeah, which is strange. Like, what's
Well-
all that space above?
You know what it is? I think he's trying to keep the roof of the addition in the same plane as the roof behind it, which I think is a mistake, honestly. Like if we go back to the west elevation, actually it's higher than you can see the eave of the thing behind it. It's way too high.
Right.
Right.
It
Okay,
looks very big.
okay. I think that the document, we can't really glean anything from the west elevation. That doesn't have enough information on it. But if we do look at the north elevation, north. Okay, does everybody see that you have the roof pitch of the gable, the existing gable with the half round window in it?
Yeah,
Well, if you look to the right-hand side, behind the addition, you see that the eave of the main building is actually lower by perhaps a foot than the new piece, which makes like completely 100% no sense. So this needs to come down.
right.
So I make a motion for a less Asher set of line drawings, just a simple overlay of the existing elevations.
Yes. Okay. I actually like that motion a lot.
And
Less
they're
extra-
Anderson windows, just an FYI.
and is this in the OHG?
I
Yes,
believe.
sir, it is.
It is, yeah.
It is. Okay, so that's going to need to change too. So, Mr.
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah. That was Mr. Wing?
For a
I'm
second,
here.
Yes.
Had a bad connection.
Yeah. Did you hear what we just said? Mr. Wing? Mr. Wing,
Yes, can you hear me? I'll unmute.
did you hear what we were talking about just a moment
No,
ago?
I just tried to, I just unmuted.
Okay, well, unmuting doesn't mean that you necessarily can't hear us. So the addition is too tall. It's taller than the eave behind it, which is problem number one. And problem number two is that you have Anderson windows in the old historic district. So you're going to need to get true divided light, and you're going to need to bring the eave of this addition down so that it's either the same height as or lower than the building behind it.
Okay. They
Okay.
are, the rest of the house is all Anderson windows simulated between the glass lights. The whole house
Oh,
is that way.
okay. All right,
Those are all brand new within the last, 3 or 4 years.
okay.
Maybe not.
Um, Maybe not approved, correct.
Right.
What?
So that new addition eave cannot be any taller than the main gable behind it. So we need you to revise the drawings again to reflect that.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so Stephen, you had made a motion, right?
Yeah, I think in the interest of time, Mr. Wing, what we're looking for is a simple line drawing. So there's no perspective in the skew in the image that you're overlaying or in the picture you're taking of the plans. So simply take the underlying drawings and at scale proportionately draw out what it is you're going to propose. I thought that that's what we're going to get this time, because I hate to hold this
Right.
up on you, but it's in the old historic district. We need to be able to see what we're approving.
Okay.
So
I
to
see
be
what-
clear, the motion is a set of the proposed overlaid proportionate to scale on a set of line drawings.
Okay. Thank you, Stephen. On that motion, Diane.
aye.
Thank you, Carrie.
Aye.
Val.
Aye.
Stephen on your motion.
Aye.
And I'm in favor, motion carries. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to move along to some new business. Is Mr. Catone on board?
He
Mark,
is here, but he's not speaking up.
I'm here.
okay,
How are you?
thanks. Okay, so we're at 14 Lincoln Ave, increase pool size.
Yeah, so Mr. Chair, I had originally had this on consent for Tuesday and Mark was not
Oh,
there.
that's
to,
right. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
so here we
Okay.
are.
Remember. Okay, very good. So Mark, you're going to have to defend this because it seemed like we were just increasing the pool size, and then we looked at it and it seems like you're actually moving the pool, right?
Yeah, it's both. It's a relocation and yeah, increasing it. They wanted a bigger pool, and the only way they were going to be able to do that was to relocate it on site to this corner.
I'm
Where
not
their
sure that
parking
you
area
would have
was
had
previously.
too many objections to making the pool larger. However, we were liking the fact that it was tucked between the two buildings.
Yeah,
And
Understood.
now it's like basically right up on Capalm Road.
It is, there are, I think if you go to the aerial, there are other examples of pools on Capalm now. And of course, this
If
would
we
be
zoom in on
screened.
the aerial view, we can
Yeah.
probably see that.
I mean, there's one,
Well, okay, Mark,
yes,
the ones that I'm seeing have like buildings between them and Capalm, and they're not.
well,
like,
look right next door, Ray. There's one that you get their parking area and the pool's right behind that.
yeah, but
granted, it's a little further back.
It's way off the road.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just making
Right.
an observation. It's
sure.
not a value judgment.
Yeah, it's just no
Um,
structure in between. It is screened by privet. Granted, it's further back, and we would either fence and privet to provide the screening.
Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Okay, Carrie, you're back on this one, okay? Oh, no, sorry, John's on this. John's here with us. Okay, so who wants to start? Oh, stop.
Right, yeah.
Do we have Holly comments? Because is this under?
It is in HSAB's jurisdiction
That's
as
what I
well
thought.
as
Okay.
part of their, yes, purview. This is actually associated with a historic structure. The main dwelling is the Kimball House Ballroom from circa 1902. And I just wanted to mention, it might be pretty obvious that well, now this plan in front of me actually is better. I was going to say that it was very unclear. I believe the application indicated that the pool size was increasing. It didn't indicate that it was being relocated, but then looking at obviously the site plan versus the
Yeah,
previously approved site plan, it's definitely relocating. But I was curious, is the actual pool size increasing? Because it looks like it's the same, and I just wanted to.
no, it
confirm
is.
that.
It is slightly larger. I think we were, can't recall, 12 by 20. And I think the sizes are noted on each, and now we're at 16 by 32, maybe.
Okay. And on that point, Mr. Chair, I just wanted, as you were kind of having that discussion about placements of other pools within this area, it does seem that most of those pools in this area are encapsulated, if you will, with dwellings and not necessarily on the edge of the lot. So I just want to bring that to your consideration. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Okay, people, who wants to go?
I will. I can't blow it up myself, but I do have some concern about the location on the site. I know this is considered the back of the house, but the house is on two different streets. And I don't see that the fencing, if there is any, or screening, like when you drive, you're coming past and you see where the driveway cut is, that there's anything to mitigate that. That visual. So I do have some concerns about it being this close to the road and possibly visible.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Val. Abby?
Yeah, I've been consistent about not
Mm.
wanting.
Oh,
pools.
yes, you and your pools. Oof.
Yeah, well, they're not mine.
I think he's,
If I could squeeze one in here, but no.
he texted
so-
Martha for it.
Lisa,
Uh,
mute. There you go. Okay.
So I'm not in favor of this location.
Okay, Diane.
I am not in favor of enlarging the pool or this location.
Carrie.
I thought John was on it.
Oh, that's right. So sorry. John, go ahead. Keep forgetting.
I'm here.
Yes. What do you think about this new location for the pool, John?
All right. They have an existing pool or they changing the size?
What's going on is the pool used to be between the guest house and the main house, and we were loving that because it was kind of hidden. You know where this is, right?
Right, yeah, oh yes, many a
Between
time.
Palm Road and Lincoln Circle. So now they want to move the pool from between the two houses over so that it's up by Capalm Road.
Okay, my opinion is one pool looks like another, so I'm ready to move it.
Whoa, what?
Ready to make a motion. I'll make a,
Well, no. Everybody else is against it, John, including me. We need more screening, so you can make a motion, but it's not going to go.
Okay.
So here, why don't we try another motion, John? That will move for revisions.
I would make a motion to hold for revisions.
Okay, thank you, Diane. On that motion, Val,
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
John,
no,
okay. And Diane on your motion?
Aye.
And I'm in favor as well. So that motion carries 4 in favor, 1 opposed.
All right, we'll come back with additional screening and
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
need
Dr. Gilman.
assurances. You can
Sure.
certainly understand our position on this.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It
Mark.
looks like
All
it
right,
could
thank you.
move back too.
maybe
Oh, right.
towards the main
Okay.
house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, number 2, 7 Atlantic Avenue shed.
Mr. Chairman.
He's not here.
Yeah, I know. So Nancy won't be here, but we do have these applications. We didn't have them previously, so I haven't looked at them. Some of them could be consent, but I do think we should just open it up, and Nancy's good with that.
I have to say, I went by this site and this is easy.
All right,
Okay,
love
let's
that.
do
So
it.
here it is.
Let's knock it off the list.
7 Atlantic Ave.
Uh-huh.
It's in the back. It's,
Up, perfect.
Go.
All the
Little-
groovy stuff.
yeah,
Yep.
Okay, so does somebody want to just move to approve?
I
Move.
make that motion.
Okay, Val's made a motion to approve this little cute shed in the back of the property. On Val's motion, Abby,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
John,
aye,
thank you, Val.
Aye.
And I'm in favor too. That motion carries.
Fantastic. We're now on to 27 Ellens, and Lori is here.
I am
Okay.
here.
All
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Yep. So I am going to represent this. Lori Geddes cannot be here. Happy to do a screen share if that's okay.
Yeah, we always love it when you do that, Brooke.
Absolutely, Brooke. I'm stopping now.
All right. Takes me a few seconds just to get settled. All right. Can you see that?
Yep.
All right, great. So, so they were in a rush and these aren't my normal presentations,
I was
but
gonna
hopefully
say.
you can see that at least see a familiar form. I'm going to just run through the adjacent structures. This is for 27 Ellens Way. So I'm going to just run you through the neighborhood photographically. I'll make it quick. I'm sure you've seen most of this.
Okay. Okay. Getting the picture.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is the last lot at the end of the
Cul-de-sac.
subdivision. It is right next to the area to the green space. And here's the locus. This is the green space. You can see right here the edge of the highlighted lot. And then site plan. All right, let me show you the front. I think that got, okay, so this is the front elevation right here.
Hmm.
And the drafts person flipped the building so that you're actually looking at the back as well on the same page.
Okay.
And then here's a side elevation, the south elevation, which faces the neighbor. And
What
this
is the north on the north? What's with is that glass?
that is glass. It's obviously a really inaccurate rendering of a glass door. I will be
A
fixing this.
glass door?
Well, like your standard folding door. It's
Do
just
you mean like a nano wall type thing?
no, not a nano wall.
We are talking about the thing on the first floor that almost looks like a wide garage door, right?
Right, that's
Oh,
what I was.
I see. It looks like
Yeah.
that.
It's
Okay.
this, but this was a pencil drawing, and obviously it's not an accurate rendering.
And those are cable rail, right?
That is cable rail. That is correct. So
Yeah, they've rendered
Val,
that properly.
yes, Val, to
That
your
part I can
to
figure out.
answer your question, that door right here faces
The pool. The
to the
green
pool
space.
and to the green space.
Got
And
it.
it is and it's this door right here.
I hear you.
Gotcha.
All
Okay.
right.
So it's not like a nano wall. It's not like a glass wall. It's more, it's fairly common in there. And I guess if there's any other questions,
Can I
I'll
make
try
a
and answer.
suggestion on this? Okay, there's so much wrong with this drawing, it's like, well, sorry, so
Bless you.
sorry. Hey, so we have a north elevation that's obviously for the building, and then we have another north elevation in there that must be for some different building. Is that what that is?
So this right here
Yeah,
is a connected structure. So
I see where that little dash line is.
right. So this right here,
Yeah,
and this right here, that's the gable end. It's just that there was no building drawn behind it to show that it was like this right here would go right here.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You're just showing everything.
I'd
So,
like it to hold for better drawings.
yeah, so listen,
Mr. Chairman,
I'll let the board speak to the kind of fundamentals of the design, but this is clearly needs to have way better drawings than this. This is a mess. Does anybody have any issues with like the design, given what the neighborhood looks like?
No, but I do have a question for Brooke, sorry.
Mhm.
So the door where this north faces is like that wide open green space area. Is that a public green space, or is that just green space for this subdivision?
It's part of the cluster subdivision agreement. And let me, it's owned.
Can I say something on that?
Because it is wide open right there.
Right.
Yes, can you hang on a second? I can tell you who owns that exactly.
Hey, Brooke.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
The way
Chairman,
the way the cluster subdivisions work, I'm going to get to you, John. The way the cluster subdivisions work, I just learned this with Nana Hummock out off of Hummock Pond Road. That big green space in the back is only for use by the people that live in they all own that land in common. So it's not like we can, as regular people, just walk all around that land. It's their land
Gotcha.
collectively. So John, were you about to say something?
yes, I'd like to enter something. This
Go
is,
ahead.
this drawing that we just looked at, I consider it's what I call a kindergarten drawing. It's unacceptable. The staff should have said, dress it up and make it correct. We should not have accepted it. It's what you see there on that, on who drew it by hand, I guess, it's unacceptable.
Well,
I
I think we all agree with that, John, including the applicant. And so we're definitely going to get new drawings to review, but I just wondered whether there's any fundamental stuff that we should tell Brooke about before he goes and redraws it all.
Mr. Chairman, I was.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, when these applications come in like this and they're awkward, they should turn them back instead of saying, well, I'll submit it, If the staff says it's unsuitable, I can agree with some of this. So I would make a motion for hold for viewing. See if any,
How about a viewing and more accurate drawings?
yes,
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so that's John's motion. So on John's motion, Diane,
Aye.
thank you. Abby,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
thank you. John, on your motion.
aye.
And I'm in favor. Motion carries. Thank you, Brooke. Okay. We don't have Sophie yet. We're on to Linda Williams. Demo, move garage, 39 Monomoy. Okay, what's going on there, Mr. Williams? Do we have Linda?
Yeah, I was just moving something out of the way. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. It is a garage workshop. Workshop is a later edition. Everybody will recognize this. There you go. Property is being sold. 4181L was done.
Ooh, ouch.
Yep, but it's two big
Awful.
lots. It's two big lots, but they're just oddly shaped at the moment. And the next door neighbor wants it.
Yes, Sam Nicholson, I'm helping him.
Yep. So we can't
Oh,
move
so
it
this
until
is a
April.
for real. This is a
This
for
is a for
real
real.
one.
Yeah, we came in as a move demo and I made them advertise for it last month, just in case somebody wanted it. And Sam would like to take it. And as Val knows, she's working with Sam on this. And once the property transfers in April, we can go ahead and affect the move. But you can see right here, the addition on the back, the broken back was a much later addition. And you can see that on the aerials because the window and the shingles are still in there along with the trim.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody wanted a little shop, they just stuck it on the back. So he wants to move it actually to the right there. But we came in with a move demo in case that all falls through, but that's up to you guys.
Okay, when you say to the right, where do you mean, Linda?
Can you go back up
Like
to
as you're facing the house, is it going to the lot to the left or to the right?
the right where those two cars are?
Oh,
Right there.
okay. All right.
So it doesn't have to go far. I'm not even sure we're gonna need an over the road permit for it.
Yeah, right. I probably shouldn't sit on this as a result, right?
All right. It's probably wise because you're going to be handling the move on, hopefully.
So that's the story. It's you can see that it's on a separate lot. See how the line goes around it? It's on a separate lot now. There's two lots.
Oh, that's because of the 4181.
Yeah, it goes right in between the house and the garage. And
So
it only-
it's not physically connected to the house.
No, it's odd. It's only about 5 or I've got a picture in here of how
I
close they
always
are.
thought that it was connected to the house.
It looks like it, but it's never been connected.
Yeah, okay.
So all the wood in there is milled. There's no old wood at all in there.
Yeah, we just saw that.
So we want to either get a demo move, but our intent is to move it. That's why we advertised it.
All right. Well, I know what the safe answer is to this question, but Holly, do you have anything to say on this before we take it to the board?
Yes, Mr. Chair, just that this is called the Tucket Garage. There is an HDC survey on file for it. They didn't indicate a date, but I concur with Linda that definitely with milled wood because the main house called Tucket was built in 1920. So it was probably a little bit later, maybe in the 50s.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's still contributing. I am glad to see that it's being proposed to be moved, not demolished. And I would respectfully request that this board actually make that as a condition on any approvals, that it's to be moved only and not to be demolished. And
Well,
that was
that's
the
what I
board's
was going to
comment.
suggest earlier. I mean, if we have a likely candidate for this, I think we should approve a move as opposed to a move demo. That's a safe one. And then they'd have to come back to us, if that fell through.
They
Yes,
may
sir,
not
and-
move that, just so you know, they may not move the tacked on piece. They may just move the actual garage and not the,
Oh, there's like a little porchy thingy.
no, on the backside, that the piece that still had the shingles and the window and the trim in it.
Oh, that.
Just a little
Okay.
workshop. So that may be coming off. So if, I just don't want to have to come back to remove.
Do you mean that entire lean-to section,
Yeah,
Linda?
that was all added on. The wall actually ends right to the right of that door on below here. This is all just a little shop area with all the shingles and the trim and the windows still in there.
All right.
So when he wanted to have a little, the guy used to do woodworking. When he wanted to have a little woodworking shop, he just stuck it on the back of it. But I
Okay.
don't think that will move with it. I think it'll probably come off it. If it moves with it, he'll tack it on again, but I don't want to be stuck with it if we can't move it. It's on a different foundation than the house, than the rest of the garage. It's on piers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's,
Oh, yep.
I'll take it.
wait, are we feeding back here?
Yeah, there's a reverberation.
Mr.
somewhere.
Chair, we were, but I just
Oh,
muted them.
okay. All right, so now Val is off of this, so who's in the rotation? Stephen? You there?
I think so, if he's here.
Stephen? Should we go to Carrie? You there?
I'm here.
Okay,
You're so reliable.
she is. Okay. All right, so who wants to start?
I'll start if you want.
Thank you, Diane. Go ahead.
I would approve the move. I would approve it with the sidebar that says, if it must be moved, not a choice of move or demo. And I truly would like to see the little shed go with it. I think it adds a good amount of feeling to, to the little shed. But I'd rather have it not go if it meant losing it. But I think it would be easy to move over, and I think it would be appropriate when we have a lot.
Is it, Mr. Chairman, through you, is it possible to approve it with and without that piece? So I don't have to come back if that piece can't be moved, because it's not really attached well to the rest of the garage. The rest of the garage is really stable.
Well, that depends on the opinions of the board. So you've just heard from Diane, who doesn't seem happy to have that piece be removed, but let's see where else it goes. So Val's not on. Abby.
Yeah, I echo Diane's comments.
So you like the back piece?
Yeah.
John.
Okay, thank you. A little history first, Mr. Chairman. Back in the 50s, I used to deliver groceries for a guy. And we delivered here every week. And this is Mr. and Mrs. Black owned the house. They had a nice family. And they've had this for up into the 70s. So it was built probably in the late 30s, early 40s. But as far as, do you want to demo the house and the garage or just the garage?
No, they want to move the garage, John, to the neighboring lot, which actually it's already
Right.
It's already a new lot. But the question is, if we look at the photographs, the question, John, is that Linda would rather move it without the lean-to piece on it, those low three windows.
With or without, Mr. Chairman, I just want the option if we can't move it because it's on a totally different type of structure and foundation.
No, but what I'm suggesting, you have at least two members right now who want to see it moved with that piece on it.
All right, it'll be cut off and moved. That's the only way to go.
Okay.
And move it over by itself.
All right, well, let's just see where this goes. So John, it's only about this garage, and the garage isn't being demolished, it's being moved. Okay?
Yeah, it looks like a typical horse or wagon shed. I don't think it had any historic value because looking at the inside of it, all of them timbers, they're modern timbers, so they must have shingled it too. I make a motion to approve it.
Okay, I just want, before we do that, let's see, we haven't heard from Carrie.
I really appreciate moving it and not demoing it. There are a few houses in Monomoy that are iconic of this era, and this is one of them. And that unique little arched entry to that side and everything about it, I just think move it, don't demo it. And I'm so happy that it's being moved next door.
Yeah,
And
like that.
he does want the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Just- Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
That's
he
the plan,
does.
to move,
Yes.
that's the plan, is to move the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was going to make a further suggestion to say, well, if the back piece is like rotten and falling into the ground or whatever, if you rebuilt it kind of in like form, because really the form of the building kind of needs to have that wing coming off of it for it to be successful architecturally. You know, just
Yep.
shearing it off, it's not going to be the same building at all. It's got two different roof pitches on it.
Yeah.
And-
Actually, right now it has three different roof pitches on it, but then it would have two different roof pitches on the gable, which would look kind of odd.
Yeah,
So,
we'll move the whole
I-
thing. I just wanted to let you
Can
know
I-
that there are two different foundations involved and two different pieces of construction.
Can we get,
yes,
can the commissioners finish talking first? From these pictures that they've had of the inside of the garage
yeah,
or the shed or whatever you want to call it, there, it does not look like it is deteriorating, falling down or rotten. It
Nope.
looks
No.
like it will move just as well as the other. It doesn't need to be cut off. I would maybe suggest that the guy wants the whole thing. That's his purpose, and not get half of what he expected. So I would like to see it. I would like to make that motion that we move.
well, okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
John has already made a motion to approve. But I
Okay.
think that, John,
Aye.
your motion is to approve the move of the whole garage, not part of it, the whole garage, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that is John's motion, and I think we're covered, and if anything comes up that would make that difficult, let's just review it again and see what you can come up with. So John's made a motion. On that motion, Carrie,
Aye.
thank you. Diane,
That's to move the whole thing. Aye.
Yep.
yes, the whole thing. Aye for Diane, Abby,
Aye.
and John on your motion,
Aye.
and I'm in favor too. That motion carries. Thank you
Great.
all.
Thank you. We're saving another
Okay.
little building.
Yeah, I'm glad you're moving it. Okay, so now we have another Nancy project. Is this something we can move forward with or consent or what's?
Yes, Evan.
Are you done now?
Let me see, Mr. Chair, I'm running right at the moment, so let me look to see. I think we have it.
I believe Kadeem said that Nancy was okay with us reviewing these without her being here, right? I think that's.
They just approved the move, not the demo, but the move.
Hey,
They-
Linda,
We
mute.
can hear you.
We did not approve the demo, damn it.
No, that's what I just told them.
Linda, mute. We were on to another application.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair, my apologies, I don't see the 7 Plum.
No.
Oh, maybe Kadeem said something like there wasn't applications and that maybe those would go on consent.
There's 7 plums, so here I am. I will find this one and I will give it a review. I think it's another easy one for Nancy. I will send it to Val or Stephen for a quick, look over if need be.
You mean, are we skipping it now and seeing if it's going to consent?
Yes, please.
Okay, sounds good. So can I
Thank
have a
you.
motion to hold item 6?
So move.
Thank you, Diane. On that motion, Val,
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and Diane on your motion. Diane,
I'm here, but it's all sort of disappeared. Aye.
great. And I'm in favor too. So that motion carries. Okay, now I believe we have Lisa on board.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
So this one is actually being held until Tuesday as well. There's a little note that says view.
This is 32 Hulbert.
Correct. I didn't want to take it off the agenda because there's been so much confusion with HSAB and things that I wanted to just keep it there for full transparency, but we were
Okay.
holding it until Tuesday.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
I have to step out for a minute.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Okay, so is Robbie Newman here?
I am here.
All right.
Back
Hello,
on.
everybody.
So let's see, it's 2:05. Unless these are all extremely easy applications, I'm going to say that the Robbie Newman stuff is probably the last stuff we're going to hear today. For all those waiting in the queue, okay? Okay, Robbie, go ahead.
Sir.
I should establish a board because Val just left temporarily.
Okay.
So let's go with Carrie.
I'm back, Mr. Chair.
Steven's back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Just so you know.
Okay, thanks. You're next. Okay, 4 Gingy, new dwelling.
All set? Okay, Gingy Lane, it's if you look at the photographs down in the lower right-hand corner, that is the first lot on the right-hand side. It's one dwelling back off of North Liberty. There's a house on that corner. Elmore Taylor's is across the way with where the little hand is on the screen. That's basically it. Let's take a look and see what everybody thinks.
Okay, let's see some elevations. And while we're at this, is this HSAB territory?
Mr. Chair, this is actually on the border of HSAB's territory, but if you remember, this was the site of the 3-car garage that used to be Bob Taylor's,
Yes.
associated with a Taylor bungalow that's along North Liberty Street. That garage came in for a demo move. It was circa 1940. So I just wanted to bring that to the attention of the commission.
Okay, thank you, Holly. All right, so there's our south. Can we see the other ones? Okay,
I didn't hear you.
we didn't say anything. Okay. Okay. Did we see a site plan yet?
Yeah, it's the first sheet.
Oh, yeah, right, okay. All right, who would like to begin on this one?
I'll go.
Thank you.
I think it's a good looking house. I really appreciate keeping the eaves down on the main mass and all of it, basically. The symmetry of it is a little much because it just makes it seem so long. But other than that, I mean, I appreciate the fact that the right side is a little bit different from the left. I was wondering about the glass doors on that west elevation, if they can be divided.
Sure.
Other than that, it seems like it will sort of fit in there.
Okay. Thank you, Carrie. Abby?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. Diane? You there, Diane?
I'm here. I don't know why the thing keeps muting. I haven't got anything on. East elevation, please.
East. Here we are.
Yeah. I would like to see those, either the windows on the second floor spread apart a little bit, or the windows on the first floor brought in a little bit. I think it needs to be better balanced on that particular thing. I think the rest of it I have no problem with, but
Okay.
that east elevation is one thing that you see when you come in. So I just like the better proportions.
Okay.
Placed.
Robbie?
It would be easier to bring the first level windows in a little bit.
That's what she's suggesting. That was choice B.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can do that, then we're good.
Could I suggest we put between those two windows, it's a bed wall.
Yeah.
Did we put some higher transoms perhaps in between that?
Where,
mimic
where are we now? On the first
East
floor or the
elevation.
second?
First floor, east elevation.
Why don't you just bring the windows in? You don't have a bed that's
Got
10
it.
feet wide.
Okay. We'll bring the windows in.
Okay, yeah, that's all we need. Okay, so John,
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
of course.
Why does this structure have a band board?
I don't believe it does. I think that dotted line, that's a dotted line, and I think that's just showing where the first floor level is. You do not have a water table, right, Robbie?
Oh, no.
No, sir.
Yeah, so that's just a
first floor.
dash line, John.
Yeah, it did look like a band board though, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Could I see the, yeah, right there. South elevation, right. On the front door.
Yeah.
I have a- What is the purpose of the band board there on the top? As is, it's awful wide. You see the two side lights and above the door? Is there?
Well, that's a frontispiece head casing thing.
That's the structure for that porch roof.
I think John might be talking about the lintel over the door itself, not the beam for the porch, I think.
It's not in the same height as the windows. It should be.
certainly
Okay, I'm
can
not
make
sure I
it.
agree, but
It
yeah,
just
because-
adds heavy weight to it.
that's supposed to be read like a formal
Yeah.
frontispiece for the entry door.
Okay, all like glass, you know.
Yeah, well, the glass is something
comment.
different. John,
Yes,
sorry, you were talking about the amount of glass, right?
the amount of glass with the side lights, there's more glass in that square right there, that rectangle,
Yeah.
than it should be.
So do you want them to get rid of the glass in the door and just keep the side lights?
Oh, they, you know, I like those other, they look like a batten door, but with 6 lights on top. And then that's,
Oh, you're talking about a cottage style door,
yeah,
which doesn't really go with the side lights, honestly.
yeah. Well, in this case, it's causing an additional work, you know, you should, how am I gonna say this? It's too heavy. You gotta back up for something there.
Hmm.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm gonna try a motion to approve.
Yeah, okay, let's give it a try. But Abby, can you include Diane's comment on the east elevation, which is to bring those 2 windows on the first floor in closer together?
Absolutely.
And
Okay, that's
divided
part-
French doors on the west.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, correct. Right.
Sorry. Yeah,
Those
yeah.
2 things through staff.
Yeah.
Okay, Abby has made a motion. On that motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Hi,
John.
What was the motion?
The motion was to approve this through staff, dividing up the French doors on the west elevation and bringing the double hung windows on the first floor of the east elevation closer together.
I just see the west elevation. I just think it's too heavy.
Well, what we are approving is dividing up those 2 sets of French doors so there's space in between them, if that makes any difference to you.
We could make that lintel on the top of the.
Oh,
full
sorry.
screen.
Ray, I was talking about doing 15 light, just not single glass, not necessarily dividing them, like separating.
Oh,
I was
I'm
just talking
sorry.
about
I
making them
stand
into-
corrected. Yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah, 15
Yeah.
light.
Okay, yep.
That, all that trim seems to be part of this person's style, so around the front door.
You mean the heavy beam?
Yeah, and some of those
Yeah.
lines are
It's
the
kind of
columns,
heavy.
the columns of the front porch, so you have to think those away.
So
that-
do we want to reduce the size of that beam going
That's,
around
that's
on
what I
all
was
these?
gonna say, that lintel over the front
Can
door.
you do that, Robbie? I mean, I don't
guys
have a
are lost me.
scale
Are
on
we
this
talking-
thing, but what?
Are we talking about the trim above the door itself?
Yeah, just that
No, we're
one.
talking about the beam.
Well, it's only 10 inches.
Well, 10 inches is pretty big.
Well,
10 inches plus the piece on top.
You could make it to match the side trim. The side light trim or something. It just looks.
Wow,
it
well,
does
now we're
look
starting to
nice.
get off point here. I mean,
Yeah,
like
I
the
mean,
side light trim.
that structure, that beam across those posts, I mean, that's typically done everywhere. The only
yeah,
thing
no.
above it is the fascia and the gutter.
Right.
Bobby, I'll stay with my original. I
So-
think it's part of your style to have that sort of extra trim on the top of the lintel on either side of
Yeah,
the
done
door.
it.
So I'll just stay with the original.
I
no.
thought we were on a motion.
We
Yeah.
are, and we sort of strayed off of it. So
Right,
the
let's-
motion is windows on the east elevation, first floor closer together. And I erred when I said separate the two French doors. What I meant was to put lights in them.
Mr. Chairman.
That's on the west elevation. So that was Abby's motion. And Diane, you were in favor of that, correct?
Yes, in
Okay,
favor.
Carrie, were you in favor of that?
Yes.
Yes, and John?
Yeah, my comment would be to solve this is leave the right door a 6 for the panel, but the front door should be a six panel door, regular M106, they call them.
We have a motion on.
We
the
already have a
table.
motion, John.
Right, but I'm saying I got cut off. That's why I shut up at the time.
We
But I
just-
think that everybody is in favor of the front door the way it is, except you.
Yeah.
Okay, so John, are you going to motion against? I mean, are you going to vote against the project?
If you change that door, yes.
But the door is staying the same. So that is Abby's motion.
To leave
So
it
what?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm here.
No, but I want to know if you're in favor of, abstain, or against.
I'm usually standing on doors, you know that.
I know that, yeah.
So you know what? This is really quite silly.
Yeah, we're totally snagged up on a rock here.
Yeah, and he's not for it. So it's
Okay,
Let's
so
go
John, I'm
on.
gonna put you down as against it, okay? John,
Yes, but
you're gonna be against the motion, right?
yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Abby on your motion,
I.
and I'm in favor. So that motion carries 4 in favor, 1 opposed. Let's hope the next one goes a little bit more smoothly than this, Robbie. Okay, so now we're to Stephen, move shed on site. Are we really seriously reviewing
Mr.
it?
Chair, this was one I meant to put up to consent and just did not get the chance to this morning. Can
So
easily
you're
be
just moving it
denied.
up closer to the house? Guys,
I make a motion to approve it.
okay, and Stephen's on this. So Diane has made a motion to approve on Diane's motion. Abby,
I.
John. That was an aye. Stephen,
Aye.
thank you. And Diane on your motion,
Aye.
and I'm in favor. Motion carries. Okay, driveway revisions 8 Walnut. Tell us, Robbie.
Okay, here we go. The rendering above where the hand is waving was originally approved. Oh, look, in June.
Okay,
The owner has spent the summer here thinking about it. She would like to go to a full brick pad such as that. Essentially, those are her requests. She noted that directly across the street, which is the lower photograph on the right-hand side, that's the corner of Main and Walnut, full brick parking, and of course, there's several others all around her house. So that's what she's asking for.
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
this is in the OHD and it did not get to be reviewed by HSAB. I'm not certain if Holly has comments, but if you wanted to, I'd be happy to get it on the next available each side agenda, or you guys could just review it.
I'd like to
I
just
just have,
review it.
I have something really
Please.
simple to say, and then I'd be okay with.
Go
the-
ahead, Abby.
All I ask for is on the right-hand side that gets some vegetation.
That's not their property. That's NHA.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of brick, and I'm just saying to break it up on the far right, if you could put in a
You
hedge.
mean,
I see.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah,
wait,
she's got a
what are
14.
you suggesting, Abby?
See how it's all brick? That's a lot of brick for, Gingy Lane. I mean, it's,
Okay,
and I think.
it's actually
I mean,
walnut.
not Walnut, sorry, for off Main Street, whatever.
Mhm.
We make it a little more, put some vegetation on the far right, and I think I'd be fine.
Can you do that,
Like a
Robbie?
hedge.
I certainly will ask her to and tell her that I think that's a great suggestion.
It is a
Mr.
great
Chair.
suggestion.
May I
Yes,
ask a question through you?
yes.
Mr. Chair. The original approval for this, there was discussion, if you look at it, about the gate. Is that going to be kept, or is that proposal going away?
She would prefer not to. We all know that it's seasonal if it goes back in place, and that was the original discussion as well. That the gate was somehow put up, probably January, February, March, those months. So I'm willing to go at your mercy.
Okay, let's just say that it's not shown on your new revised proposal, so officially it ain't there.
Which if you guys want it to go back in there, I can do it through staff.
Wait, are you, Holly, are you suggesting that it should go there or that you don't want it?
Yes,
there?
Mr. Chair. No, your original approval was through staff with the existing fence turned into the driveway.
Oh,
So I noticed on this application, or at least on the site plan, that it's not showing. And if there's a original approval that's being requested to be taken off, a condition, I think that's important for you all to discuss.
got it.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Holly. Who wants to start? Oh, by the way, this is a Stephen, I believe, right, Stephen?
So if I could clarify that there's a gate, and on the left of the driveway, there's a more of a, like a regular, what are they
Well,
called?
there's a big gate and a little gate.
Yeah.
There's a big gate that swings and closes the car portion of it, and then there's a little person gate.
Well, so Robbie, what are the neighboring, are there fences like that around the neighborhood? What's going on there?
Well, yeah, it's it's Liberty Street, Walnut.
Isn't
what's the
that
next one
typical
up?
of that area?
It's just a typical type two picket fence with a
Yeah.
cap on it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'd be in favor of keeping that then.
Keep
Yeah, and the
in
fence
favor
should-
of keeping the fence.
Yeah, I think it goes with the,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's across the street and
But I
natural.
want to get back to something. Stephen, are you with us or not?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right. Just want to make sure. Okay, Abby, that was it. Keep the gate, right? Keep the fences.
yes, and then the
Gates.
vegetation on the right.
Okay, thanks. Diane?
I think you keep the vegetation, keep fences, and if you don't think this much brick should go in front of Hashab, just a question. And the other thing is, are they going to be running bond? I don't think.
It looks like herringbone to me from this very, very distant. We can
I know
zoom
it.
in on it, but it looks like herringbone.
The
I didn't-
existing sidewalk is herringbone.
Exist
Side-
sidewalk is prone too. Well, they were.
Oh, well, it totally gets pixelated here, but let's go down to the other, yeah.
Herringbone, right?
Okay, wait, pal.
Hmm.
The sidewalk is rendered as running bond,
Mm-hmm.
which it is.
Mm-hmm.
And your big brick area is rendered as herringbone.
Yes, sir.
I
Okay.
would have rather have it in running bond, the way that the picture that we have up now, it fits in with what goes along and then up without calling it with a heritage.
So you'd like to see it as running bond continuing in the same direction as the brick in the sidewalk,
Yes,
okay?
just like the picture that's up there now.
Yeah, just to continue, it's a continuation of the sidewalk essentially,
Right.
right?
And yes,
Okay, very good. Thank you, Diane. John?
Yes, I like the proposal. I make a motion to approve it and submit it.
Well, no, hang on. We got some revisions that we're making to that, John. I'm going to hold your motion. Stephen?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I'm not voting on what I like. I'm voting on what I think is appropriate.
There you
Given the
go.
guidelines, character and setting.
That's right.
Robbie, I apologize. I don't think this is, I would be a no on any motion to approve.
Okay. Because of the extent of the brick?
Yeah, and I think it's hard to see on Zoom, but you're not going to accomplish plant material along the right side pulling in and still get the full width of the brick. The walkway and as rendered, as proposed, is basically 24 feet wide. So I think you'll be hard pressed to accomplish what it is some of the board members are discussing. I do appreciate and agree with the idea of keeping the person gate and the driveway gate. I understand they'll be seasonal, but it is an important part of the character down there. Thank you.
So Stephen, I'm not going to contradict you at all.
Sure.
Because of your math. But if you look at the one that was already approved, basically you've got the walkway, you've got those 2 tire tracks, and then to the north of the tire tracks, you have a space where you can plant. So assuming this is only parking for 1 car, not 2, it will work with the planting and with the walkway. It's just a matter of filling in that area in between that is now shown as grass, I guess. So that's my only point. But I respect your opinion.
No, that's fine. I if I may finish.
Yeah,
Thanks,
go
Mr.
ahead.
Chair. So I just to say, I'm not going to disagree with you either, but I'm just looking at this, and what I see is a 14 by 20 parking area. I presume the existing walkway is in the neighborhood of 3 foot. So I was just saying, with the full parking area as proposed, there would not be room for vegetation. That's all.
Well, we'll take away 2 feet there and get a planting strip.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, and Diane, did you want to say something?
I wanted to say, if you go back in your memory, when this came up in June, we spent some time discussing having the whole thing brick and having the runners, and that's why the runners were picked, because it broke up the heaviness of the entry up to the house. And it was for a reason. It just wasn't arbitrarily picked on that. It was for a view, and it broke up the thing, and that's why we picked it. It's just a memory of what happened back then.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm wondering now whether this is going to get approved. So what I heard was 2 things. One, change the direction of the brick to align with the brick running bond that's currently in the sidewalk. And I also heard the return of the small and large gate. And I also heard the 2 foot wide planting bed that would go next to the NHA property. Those are the 3 things that I heard that would be conditions of approval through staff. If that's palatable for a majority of the board members, we can move forward. Now, John had made a motion, but I think that motion would die without getting at least some of that stuff that I just mentioned into the motion. Okay, so what that means, I think, John, do you want to modify your motion?
To what?
Okay, so John, you had made a motion to approve, but we want to make a motion to approve through staff keeping the large and the small gate that were shown in the earlier proposal that was approved. That would be one thing. Two would be to change from herringbone to running bond that was in line with the sidewalk. And three, to create a 2-foot wide planting bed along the north side by the existing fence. Those would be the three conditions of approval. Are you okay adding that to your motion?
Yes.
Okay, so then there's John's modified motion. On that motion, Abby.
Aye.
Very good. Diane.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Stephen.
I'm a no.
Okay, John on your motion.
Aye.
All right, and I'm in favor. So the motion carries 4 in favor, 1 opposed. And Robert, I'm going to call it quits. It's 2:30.
Okay.
So sorry we couldn't get through your whole agenda, but there it is. We got through half of it, I guess.
That's quite all right. Thank you very much, and
Okay.
see you all next year.
Next year. You're
Yeah,
gonna see
I'm
us
not gonna be here Tuesday unless I can hook up with my phone or
Oh,
something else, so.
Okay, all right.
um,
Sorry about that. Okay, so I think we can move to adjourn, kids.
So move.
Adjourn.
All right,
I made a motion to adjourn.
John has
John
made a
did make the
motion.
motion first.
John did?
Correct.
Go ahead, go
Okay,
ahead. I'm-
John's made a motion to adjourn. On that motion, Val. Oh, Val's probably gone. Abby,
Yes, she is.
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
very good. Carrie,
Aye.
John on your motion,
Aye.
and I'm in favor. Thanks, everybody. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks,
See ya
guys. Take care.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks,
Go
everybody.
get him, Haggedim. Go get him.
Yeah,
I
man.
always do, John.